What's up, guys? Good evening. Welcome back to another live stream. There I am. Let me double check on my sound, my audio. Welcome back to another live. There you go. Everything sounds good. How are you? Welcome back. Hello from North Carolina, from Charlotte. Where are you guys at? From what place are you guys watching this live stream? I'm curious. Let me know. Drop a comment down below and let me know. Do you have a laundry list of stocks that you want me to go over? What a roller coaster ride. Unbelievable. The one that we had today. New York. John Covington. New York as well. Minnesota. Tyree Cap. Florida. Daniel Kaufman. Rhonda Collins. Sacramento. California. Great. Georgia. We're close, right? With Matt Robb. Jersey City. Well, you guys are like up north. I am some sort of southern kid. Philadelphia, take a look. Atlanta. Tyree Cup wants me to go over Tesla. Tennessee. McMullen 357. There you go. Yeah, we're close, man. Whenever you want to drop by Charlotte, I am here. Just let me know. Send me a DM and we can get together. Utah. Can you go over Intel? Absolutely, I'll do it. Absolutely. Yeah. Guy Dibwe wants me to go over Meta. Absolutely, yeah, sure. LMT, Lockheed Martin. This is the first time that you guys ever ask about Lockheed Martin. I have been taking trades with that stock left and right on my Discord. And that's a defensive stock that is pretty much, that won't be affected at all if we happen to have a recession here in the US. The stock is still in an uptrend, and I have been taking trades left and right with Lockheed Martin. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go over LMT. Okay, so welcome back, guys, to another live stream. What happened today? An absolute roller coaster. Russell 2000 went down today 0.41%. NASDAQ went up 1.01%. Dow Jones went up 0.23%. And the S&P 500 went up 0.30%. Keep in mind, guys, that as of now, we have a situation in the market in which only a handful of stocks are doing the heavy lifting. That's it. The Netflix or the Netflixes of the world, the Apples of the world, the NVDAs of the world, the AMDs of the world, and so forth. So we are still in an uptrend. If we take a look at the SPY, I am about to go over the SPY, but we are seeing weakness, as I just told you, because only a handful of stocks are the ones that are doing the heavy lifting. So if we take a look at the correlation, at the decliners and advancers of today's trading session, take a look, guys. We had 3 major indices going higher and only 1 major index going lower. However, if we take a look at the stocks that went up and down today, check this out. We had 3,613 stocks going lower and 2,853 stocks going higher. This implies that if these handful of stocks give up, and despite the fact that we are still in an uptrend, so the SPY or the S&P 500 is still innocent until proven guilty. Today we had an amazing battle over the 200-day moving average. But if these handful of stocks give up, we are going to see lower prices. If we take a look at the sectors of the markets, take a look. The three most expensive sectors, multiple-wise, were the ones that led the trading session today. Technology. When we talk about technology, what stocks are we talking about? Apple, and NVDA, AMD, Netflix, and so forth. We also had communication services going up 1.62%, and consumer discretionary was green. It was actually up a lot during the trading session, up 1.88%. And you guys know that in the case of consumer discretionary, the most important two holdings inside this sector are Tesla and Amazon. Both stocks retraced into the closing bell, and this sector ended up closing in negative territory, down 0.12%. So check this out. 11 sectors, and only 2 sectors went higher, and the other 9 sectors went lower. So the markets are starting to show some sort of cracks, and the upcoming trading sessions are going to be very important. By the way, guys, and I know that you guys don't like macro stuff. Most of you are only interested in technical analysis, but just keep in mind, this is just a curiosity, let's just put it that way, that tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have Mr. James Bullard, the former slayer of bulls, speaking. He's the president of the Federal Reserve of St. Louis, and he happens to be the most hawkish member of the Fed. So he's going to be talking, or he's going to start speaking as soon as the trading session opens. He might be giving rise to some sort of volatility. So if you guys like to take trades as soon as the trading session opens, then be mindful of that, because we could be seeing volatility because of whatever Mr. James Bullard says tomorrow. Okay, SPY. So what happened today? You guys know that most of the pro investors on Discord, most of us use the anchored volume weighted average price. So check this out, guys. The bulls failed yesterday and today as well. In this area, we have an anchor volume weighted average price that comes from the February high, and we have a year-to-date AVWAP. So the AVWAP that comes from the February high is sitting at around 398.50, and the year-to-date anchor volume weighted average price is sitting as of now at around 397.50. So this is not a coincidence. This is a huge level of supply or resistance, in other words, for the bulls. So for the bulls, in order to be able to engineer a solid and massive rally to the upside, they need to take out these two anchored volume weighted average lines, and they need to close candles above these two AVWAPs, and then maybe they could start to think about filling the next important gap up to $406.50 each. So these two levels are going to be very important for the bulls in the upcoming trading sessions. If we take a deeper look into the SPY, and I have been telling you guys about on Discord both the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. In my opinion, guys, these two moving averages are the most important. The most important ones. So this blue line that you guys can see over here is the 100-day moving average, whereas the red line that you are seeing over here is the 200-day moving average. So the bears took out the 100 DMA today, no problem. They also took out the 200 DMA, no problem as well, and the bulls managed to find support near the 5-day moving average at around 390.50-ish, and they managed to reconquer this 200-day moving average. So we can make the case that because of the fact that the SPY is trading above the 200 DMA, we are still in an uptrend. I am going to pull up here a 1-year chart. Now let me pull up here rather a 3-year chart. So check this out, guys. Another important aspect, and I have been telling you about this downward sloping trend line that comes from all-time high. So in my opinion, as long as the bulls remain trading above the 200 DMA or 200-day moving average, and they also remain trading above this downward sloping trend line that comes from all-time high at around 387-ish, the SPY is still in an uptrend, and because of that, it is still innocent until proven guilty. Support-wise, I am going to be keeping a close watch on tomorrow at 390, 390.50, 390.30, which happens to be today's low. So those are the levels that I am going to be monitoring in tomorrow's trading session. If you have any questions about the SPY, please let me know. Wow, I have a bunch of requests over here. Thank you for Square. Yeah, we took a phenomenal day trade on Square. You guys were asking me, we got bad news today. Let me go over Square quickly because I got some questions about Black. What was the reason why I took the day trade that I notified you guys in my channel? So what happened? Square dropped something like 20% news. There was a short report that was posted by Hindenburg, I think. So what happened? Um, I I don't like obviously starting trades or buying falling knives. So I just waited. I am going to pull up here a 1 day, 1 minute chart. I waited for buyers to step in. I was waiting for buyers to show some interest for the stock of this company. And the second, guys, $59.50 each, which happens to be a previous support and resistance, was taken out by the bulls. That was my sign. Okay, so this stock dropped like a falling knife, like a rock. It is very oversold, and I have people buying the dip. And because I have people buying the dip, they were just able to take out a previous support back from mid-December and also a previous resistance back from mid-October. That was the sign. That was the green light that I got in order to start this day trade. And yeah, it was a successful day trade. I ended up making something like $280 over here. Okay, I have a bunch of requests over here. Okay, let me see. Tesla. Let me go over Tesla. Okay, Tesla ended up going lower today. Let me pull up here the chart. Okay, TSLA. It went up today actually, 0.56%, and it closed the trading session at $192.22. Remember, and every single time that I go over Tesla live with you guys, I am highlighting the fact that Tesla is guilty until proven innocent. This stock is in a major downtrend. We can see over here a downward sloping 200-day moving average, and we can also see a downward sloping 100-day moving average. As of now, Tesla is struggling, in this area between 197, 199. So we closed today at $192. So the main area of supply or resistance for Tesla is going to be 197, 199. If the bulls are able to take out that level of resistance, that, by the way, happens to be a previous resistance back from early December, then maybe the bulls could be able to fill this next gap up to $207. $207 is a previous resistance back from early February. Big level of supply over here for Tesla, and these two different areas of resistance are very strong for the bulls because they are very close to a downward sloping 200-day moving average. In terms of support, I think that we might have buyers stepping in near $180. $180 is a previous support back from mid-December. That is close to the 100-day moving average at around 174. If this support of 180 happens to be taken out by the bears, we can also expect support at around $172. As I just told you, downward sloping 100-day moving average. The RSI of Tesla on the 4-hour chart, 55 points. Very healthy from a technical standpoint. We can make the case that Tesla is neither oversold nor overbought. By the way, let me take a look at the market structure of Tesla. I didn't take a look at any market structure throughout today's trading session. So let me take a look at what supply and demand is looking like over here. And we have an ascending demand that is above the supply. The supply is above average and it's also rising, but the demand as of now is above the supply. So we can make the case that maybe the bulls have a first shot at trying to take out these two important resistances, guys, at 197, 199 bucks approximately. NVDA, all things Reese. Okay, let me go ahead and take a look at NVDA, the monster of the stock market. Okay, it went up today 2.73%. Guys, by the way, and it closed the trading session at $271.91. I think that NVIDIA has been going up for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trading sessions in a row going higher. Unreal. We have an upward sloping 5-day moving average. This is a very good sign. The stock of this company is in a clear uptrend. We can make the case that is too far away from home base. When I say too far away from home base, I am talking about the upward sloping 100 DMA, downward sloping 200 DMA. Remember that these two moving averages act like a magnet. So we could be about to see NVIDIA pulling back. But as I told you in on last week's stream, guys, don't try to guess the top of NVIDIA over here. When I want to short this kind of tape, very clear uptrends, and overextended, because yeah, we can make the case that this uptrend is very overextended. Rather than guessing the top, I wait for weakness. I wait for an important level of support to be taken out before grabbing puts. What would be that level of support? 266. This is a previous resistance back from March 17. And I think that actually NVIDIA held today 266, right? We were talking about this today. It held $266. So in my opinion, the short signal in the case of NVIDIA would be the bears being able to take out $266. That's the short signal that we need in order to buy puts. And obviously, NVIDIA has been the leader. I think that this stock is something like 120% up year to date. This is absolutely irrational. NVIDIA has an appointment with lower prices, but you guys cannot short NVIDIA unless you are following up on SMH, which happens to be the semiconductor ETF, and you shouldn't also short NVIDIA if you see the NASDAQ 100 going higher. So the short signal, $266, and to be honest with you, and since this stock is very overextended, I wouldn't be starting a long trade over here. What would be the next, let me see, gap for NVIDIA? What are we talking about? What do I have? I have a previous support. Now we are right there. Let me see. I have a previous resistance at $287. This is a previous resistance back from March of 2022. Wow. We had zero interest rates. Obviously, a technical analyst that hates macro stuff would tell me, well, that has nothing to do with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is in an uptrend. So don't talk about interest rates being at 0% and whatever, you guys know. But we are not in the same market in which NVIDIA was trading at $286. I think that this stock has an appointment with lower prices. It is going to happen eventually, but please wait for an important support to be broken before grabbing puts of NVIDIA. Okay, what else do I have here? Intel, absolutely. I haven't gone over Intel in quite some. By the way, I didn't take a look at the market structure, of NVIDIA. Sorry, let me take a look here. This is important. This is a tool that I use on a daily basis. I have been telling you, Market Structure Edge. This website shows me who is in control of a technical short, but from a market structure standpoint, supply and demand. And ideally, we want to go long when we have a rise in demand that is above the supply, and we want to get puts or short any given stock when we have a fall in demand and an ascending supply. Take a look at the market structure of NVIDIA. Unbelievable. We have clearly, what you guys can see on the top of the chart is the demand, and what you guys see at the bottom of the chart is the supply. So demand buyers, supply sellers. So take a look at how the buyers are going higher or are increasing, and the sellers are decreasing as of now. We have an excellent market structure for NVIDIA. We have an ascending demand and a falling supply, and the supply, by the way, is below average. So maybe NVIDIA is going to keep on running. Who knows? I'm not going to chase it over here, and at some point in time, the stock of this company is going lower. For whatever reason, it's going lower, most likely. I am not 100% sure, but I would say that with a 98% of certainty or likelihood, NVIDIA has an appointment with lower prices sooner rather than later. Intel. Let's go over to Intel. What is going on over here? Went up today 3.20%, closed the trading session at $29.03. Intel recently posted very poor earnings, and the dip got bought up. That's a sign that there is some sort of interest, institutional interest, I would argue, for the stock of this semiconductor company. So still an ugly looking chart. This is a major downtrend, downward sloping 200-day moving average, and also a downward sloping 100 DMA. However, in the short term, we can see an ascending 5-day moving average. So that implies, I use, by the way, guys, the 5-day moving average in order to determine who is in control of any technical chart in minor time frames. So if I am seeing over here a clear downtrend, but I am seeing at the same time an upward sloping 5-day moving average, that implies that buyers, little by little, are starting to take control of this technical chart. So big resistance right at this 200-day moving average. The bulls failed at this level back on March 17. RSI at 57 points on the 4-hour chart, so the stock of this company is neither oversold nor overbacked. I would wait for a process of consolidation slightly above this 100 EMA, $28-ish. That could be a sign that the bulls are gathering momentum in order to make a push higher and maybe filling this gap up to $30.60. This is going to be a huge, but I need to emphasize, a huge level of supply or resistance, because the bulls are going to be dealing with the downward sloping position of this 200-day moving average. But yeah, it seems to be that buyers are starting to show some interest in Intel. Let me take a look at the market structure of Intel. So supply and demand. What is it looking like? Let me see. We have over here 10 out of 10. Take a look at this. We have an ascending supply that is way above, an ascending demand that is way above the supply. And despite the fact that the supply is above average, and that is yet still rising, buyers as of now are clearly outnumbering sellers. So this is a good sign. I can see if the S&P 500 and the NDX and so forth keep on going higher, and the semiconductors, ETF, SMH keep on going higher, I can see Intel making a test of this 200 EMA in the upcoming days. This is a possibility. Sure. Now I have over here Ford. Jayla loves basketball. I also love basketball. I don't love the Charlotte Hornets. I have lost a lot of money going to the Hornets games. I mean, it's fun, right? But I have never seen the Hornets winning a game over here. That is something that is still on the top of my watch list. I usually go to something like 4 or 5 games per season. I have never, ever seen the Charlotte Hornets winning a game. That kind of, frustrates me. Okay, Ford. They announced today that they are losing money left and right on electric vehicles. They are going to lose something like $3 billion this year making electric vehicles. So they are like extremely far away from Tesla, which is already profitable, making electric vehicles. Okay, very ugly looking chart. I have nothing constructive to say about Ford over here. Major downtrend. Below a downward sloping 200 EMA, downward sloping 100 EMA. We have also a downward sloping 5-day moving average. That implies that sellers are in total control of this technical chart, even in minor time frames. And the bears took out today $11.60-ish, which happens to be a previous support back from late December, and also a previous support back from early July of last year. This is a short, in my opinion. Let me pull up here a major time frame. So how lower can Ford go? It doesn't have much. I mean, it doesn't seem to have much room to the downside. Let me see. So if the bulls are unable to consolidate slightly above $11.30, as I just told you, this is a previous support from July of last year. And by the way, this is also a previous support back from April of 2021. Maybe we could be seeing Ford dropping down to $9.13, previous resistance back from November of 2020. Go figure that. Very ugly looking chart. I would stay away from Ford. I don't like to trade downtrends. You guys know that. So I don't necessarily see a lot of room to the downside, but I don't see any case over here in order to trade forward, and I don't trade downtrends. I mean, there are some exceptions to the rule, like Square, which was an opportunity that presented itself today, but I wouldn't do anything with Ford. I don't see a compelling case in order to go long, and I don't see a compelling case either in order to short Ford over here. USO. Hi, Michael, how are you? There you go, USO. Let's go over USO. Okay, United States Oil Fund. It went down today 1.01%, closed the trading session at $60.99. I guess that oil went lower today, right? Let me double check on oil. Yeah, it went down 2.36%. So, guys, this is going to be a tough one. You got to be careful. We have some sort of recession concerns. If recession concerns happen to pick up in the upcoming weeks or trading sessions, we're going to see lower prices for oil, and that is obviously going to be very negative for USO. I can see over here a previous support at around $63.60. This is a previous support back from early February. So I don't like to trade downtrends. You guys already know that. So I don't need to tell you that USO is in a major downtrend below a downward sloping 200 DMA, downward sloping 100 DMA, downward sloping 5-day moving average, even despite the fact that the bulls were able to reconquer or close the trading session today slightly above this 5-day moving average. So I would wait for buyers to show some sort of more strength by taking out $63.60, which is a previous support, as I just told you, back from early February, and start closing candles above that area. That would be a sign if oil happens to keep on going higher or happens to recover, because it actually went lower today. So that could be a sign that maybe the bulls of USO could be gathering momentum in order to what? Fill this gap up to this downward sloping 100 DMA, $68. So buyers stepped in, which is a good sign, but I need to see more confirmation of interest in the stock of this ETF. I need to see, this is not an ETF, right? Yeah, this is an ETF, USO, okay. I need to see more, interest by consolidating slightly above $64 approximately. I don't have the market structure of USO available over here. Do you think SoFi is good to take a call? Vermont. Let me take a look at SoFi. Sure, absolutely. SoFi Technologies. Let me see. Went up today 3.39%, 3.96%. Guys, be careful. This is a financial services related stock. So if you're trading SoFi and we get any bad news about any other bank that is going belly up and stuff, SoFi is very likely to take a hit. So be careful. If you're going to take a trade or you're going to start a trade on SoFi, please make sure of setting a very tight stop. Very choppy short. SoFi closed the trading session today at $5.78, and the bulls closed the trading session right at this 200 DMA, $5.70. So keep a close watch on this level, $5.80-ish. If tomorrow SoFi can open the trading session slightly above this downward sloping, it is a downward sloping 200 DMA, but it is starting to flatten out, which happens to be a good sign. And I am quoting a good sign for the bulls. So if SoFi starts to consolidate slightly above $5.80-ish, that could be a sign that the bulls are starting to think about filling this next gap up to $6.60. This is a previous resistance back from mid-February. If we were able to take this trade on SoFi from $5.80 up to $6.63, it would be a 10% profit trade. And be careful, if SoFi starts to close candles below this 200 DMA, so let's say that the bulls lose this 200 DMA and they also lose this 100 DMA at around $5.50, this could be a short signal for SoFi. Very choppy short, to say the least. Let me see what the demand of supply is looking like in the case of SoFi. And we are already, hold on, 30 minutes in. There you go. Okay, let me check on SoFi. Okay, what do we have over here? Not a good looking market structure, guys. Take a look. A collapse in demand and an ascending supply. So I am thinking that maybe the bulls could be about to lose the support of this 200-day moving average, in which case, and if the 100 EMA happens to be taken out, this could be a short rather than a long. Be careful with SoFi. And no, yeah, I mean, you're asking me if it is a good stock to buy calls. Yes, if this support of $5.80 happens to be held, yes, but be careful. This is a financial services related stock, and we have a poor market structure. Palantir. Let's take a look at Palantir. And you guys also ask about Lockheed Martin. Palantir went up today 1.46%, closed the trading session at $8.33. Where do we have the 200-day moving average? It is starting to, the 200 EMA is starting to rise little by little, which is a good sign. And the bulls held today this 200 EMA at $8.20 because Palantir closed the trading session at $8.33. I would wait for a process of consolidation slightly above $8.33, in which case this could be a sign that the bulls are thinking about filling this next gap up to $9.10. This is a previous resistance back from late October. If we were able to take this trade from, let's say, $8.30 up to $9.08, this would be a 10% profit trade. And yeah, the bulls are trading above this kind of flattish 100 EMA. The 200-day moving average is starting to rise little by little. We also have a semi-ascending 5-day moving average. So yes, this is a tradable stock as long as the bulls remain trading above $8.20. Good looking chart, kind of a good looking chart for in the case of Palantir. RSI at 58 points, healthy from a technical standpoint. Let me see what supply and demand is looking like for PLTR. Let me see. This is also a defense contractor. So this is not a stock that is going to be affected if we happen to have huge fears about a recession and stuff. So we have the demand above the supply, and the supply is slightly below average. So, yeah, let's see if Palantir can consolidate slightly above $8.50. PepsiCo, consumer staples. Sure, let me take a look at PepsiCo. Alrighty, PepsiCo. Okay. Went down today 0.49%, closed the trading session at $175.65. So we have a semi-ascending 5-day moving average. The bulls are below this upward sloping 100-day moving average, $177, but they are above the 200 EMA at $173. This is an easy one, guys. If the bulls can take out $177, then the next possible destination would be $182. This is a previous resistance back from early October. And mind you, guys, if you are going to take trades with PepsiCo, you need to monitor the consumer staple sector. Let me show you. This is the one. XLP, please, okay? If XLP is going lower, then do not trade PepsiCo. PepsiCo is a very important stock inside XLP, consumer staples. So this is an interesting chart. Yeah. Let's see if the bulls can take out $177 and fill this gap up to $182. Sure. Meta. Good. Wow. This is a marathon, guys. Okay. Meta. Let me see. Another stock that seems to be a bit overextended, kind of far away from home base, 200 DMA and 100 DMA. By the way, guys, today we had the CEO of TikTok. He was testifying in front of the House or the Senate, something like that. I don't know what happened with that, right? Do you guys think TikTok is going to be banned here in the US? Let me know. If it happens to be banned, then now we have the question. This is a question mark. Did the markets already price in a TikTok ban? I don't know. I'm not certain about that. I was reading an article the other day in which an analyst was saying that Meta was going to go higher by something like 20% if the TikTok ban happens to go through, and that Snapchat was going to go something like 30% higher if the ban happens to go through. But don't quote me on that. I don't remember the figures exactly. But I'm afraid that maybe the market's already priced at this end, and if the ban happens to go through, maybe Meta is going to remain at these levels. Or if the ban doesn't happen to go through, then we are going to see Meta going lower. I don't know. That's anyone's guess. Okay. I need to pull up a major time frame. This is another easy one. This is an uptrend. We can make the case that Meta is overextended, as I just told you guys, a bit far away from home base. But we do have a semi-upward sloping 100 DMA. The 200 DMA is starting to flatten out. We have clearly, or we can oversee, you guys can see this dotted white line. This is the 5-day moving average. It is clearly rising. So nothing to complain about Meta from a technical standpoint, other than the fact that it is a bit overextended. A process of consolidation slightly above $202. This is a previous resistance back from mid-March. Would allow the bulls, arguably, to fill the next gap up to $226, which is a previous resistance back from May of last year. So this would be the long trade, and I don't know if any of you guys are thinking about shorting Meta. I would wait for an important support to be taken out. So I would wait for the short to show signs of weakness before shorting this stock. I'm talking about Meta taking out $197, which happens to coincide with this rising 5-day moving average, and it is also a previous resistance back from early February. That would be the short trade, taking out $197, and to the upside, a process of consolidation above $202. I think that would allow the bulls to fill this gap. This would be a phenomenal trade, guys, up to $228. Oh yeah. Let me take a look at supply and demand of Meta. Where do I have market structure? Oh, there. Okay, let me see Meta. Alrighty, let me see Meta platforms. Okay, guys, we're 37 minutes in. Okay, rise in demand and way above the supply, and the supply is actually decreasing. Very good market structure for Meta. Watch out for these $226. I think that this is a job that if the current situation of the markets keeps on going on, a handful of stocks doing the heavy lifting, watch out for Meta. Being able to, or being potentially able to fill this gap up to $226. When picking stocks, how do you decide between Google or which is the same company? It's the same thing, but in the case of GOOG, if you pick Alphabet C, then you don't have the right to vote as a shareholder of Alphabet. That's the difference. And I think that the difference between the prices is not really a lot. Let me see. Let me double check on that. So we have Alphabet A, which is trading at $105.50, and we have Alphabet C, which is trading at $106.26. So I'm thinking, I'm going to take back what I just told you guys. So if you pick the cheaper Alphabet, you don't have the right to vote as a shareholder. And if you pick the higher price, or if you pick Alphabet, or if you pick GOOG, which happens to be Alphabet C, then you have the right to vote as a shareholder. So there is not really much of a difference between these two stocks, okay? Unless you want to vote as a shareholder of Alphabet. If you think that you're going to make a difference, then go ahead and pick Alphabet A, okay? That is the difference. Is it clear? between alphabet A and alphabet C? I am late. Did you do the SPY? I did it. Yeah, right at the beginning of the stream. You just need to rewind it a bit. Sure. Boyle, please. Ah, you guys are trading natural gas? Let me see. Woo! Guys. I mean, I just told you that I don't trade downtrends, so please stay away from this. Don't try to pick the bottom here. On top of that, we are going to, I mean, the season of the year already changed. The best season in order to trade natural gas is the winter, and the spring just started out. Don't try to pick the bottom over here. Just wait for buyers to step in and show some sort of strength. I wouldn't touch Boyle at all. Just stay away from this. I would wait, as I just told you, for buyers to step in. Let's say that maybe we can see Boyle bursting above 13 bucks. But be careful, guys. This thing can still go lower. So there's no reason to. It doesn't make any case. Trying to find the bottom over here. Don't chase downtrends, please. Okay. Anytime, not a problem. Okay. Thank you. That was very helpful. Absolutely, I am here to help. Do we have any other request that I didn't go over? I think I did all of the stocks, guys. Let me see. Because I am 41 minutes in. You guys know that I do live stream throughout the whole trading session. At this time of the day, I am very tired. So let me see. TENX. Let me wrap it up with that stock. Okay, TENX. 10X Therapeutics. No. Penny stock. Major downtrend. This thing trades at 52 cents. I don't trade penny stocks, guys. I have told you on multiple occasions that the volume with which most of the penny stocks trade is very low, and that implies that the natural areas of support and resistance don't act as such. It doesn't make any sense. Just if you guys want to survive this business, if you guys want to make a living out of it, and if you guys want to make money out of it, please stay away from any stock that trades below $5. That's golden rule number one. Believe me. I made this mistake many years ago, and that's it. I moved on, and please stay away from penny stocks. Okay, guys. PayPal. Okay. Wandering Cat. Sure, PayPal. Let me take a look at PYPL. All right, before I wrap it up, let me see. PayPal Holdings went down today 2.39%, closed the trading session at $72.56. Ugly looking chart. Major downtrend below a downward sloping 200 DMA, downward sloping 100 DMA. We can make the case, if you guys want to guess a bottom over here, that if maybe PayPal pays a visit down to $70, which is a previous support back from July of last year, this could be an area in which we might see buyers stepping in. That could be the case. I would give it a shot at $70. If PayPal happens to find support over here, it could be bouncing back up and maybe filling this gap up to this downward sloping 100 DMA at $77. I would give it a shot. Yeah, $70 with a very tight stop, guys. I would be buying shares or calls at $70, and I would be placing my stop. Let me see, a bit below this low, $66. I would be placing my stop at around $65. RSI at 41 points, a bit low. So we can make the case that if maybe PayPal pays a visit down to $70, the RSI is going to be lower, and that might increase the likelihood for the bulls of PayPal to find support at a previous area of support and then bounce back up. I don't like trading downtrends, but this would be a bottom that I would like to guess with a stop a bit below $66 approximately. Let me take a look at the market structure of PYPL. Let me see. PYPL, okay. Well, we have an ascending supply, and we have a demand that is below the supply, and the supply or the level of supply is above average. So we can confirm from a market structure standpoint that sellers are in control of PayPal. So let's see, maybe $70 could be. Absolutely. Sure. Okay, guys, 45 minutes in. I am going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for coming over. I got to go, bro. Sorry, I cannot do it. I cannot do it over. I did the SPY. Sorry, I really got to go. I have stuff to do. Remember that I am live streaming for you guys on Tuesdays. I couldn't do it last Tuesday because I had, you guys know. So, one person of my family passed away. So, stuff that happens. So I couldn't go live. But I did it today. Remember that next Tuesday, I am going to be live streaming for you guys once again. And I am always available in the main chat of Discord in order to ask your questions. So take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for coming over. And see you guys in just a while. We're going to be hanging out in Discord. Bye. Take care, guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.